Welcome, everybody, and hello to my Twitter and Facebook audiences who are just tuning in. This is a new campaign that we are starting called Dust to Dust. Now, you may have noticed our campaign called Ashes to Ashes. Dust to Dust takes place in the same universe, the same timeline, two parties against one another. So that's what we're doing with that. But I'm not going to get too much into detail. You guys, if you've seen Ashes to Ashes, great. You already know where you're at. If you have not seen Ashes to Ashes, you might find yourself a little lost on the details, but after the first or second session, you should be able. And let's go over to a familiar face with my campaigns. Ethan, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Great. I actually put Jazz as part of your name so that when I accidentally refer to you as Jazz in this game, people know who I'm talking to.
That's all good, man.
Tell us a little bit about what you're up to. What have you been doing lately? Any new campaigns?
I mean, still doing Destiny Horizon, which is getting pretty crazy. When the video gets posted, everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Other than that, this campaign and helping you out whenever you got videos and you want to play some games and stuff like that. So, Rainbow Six, prop hunt, all that jazz.
Developers. I get it. Thank you very much, Ethan, and I don't think you're going to be my bitch anymore because it also looks like we have a new player, Sean, who's recommended to me in high regard, blessing, has joined us as Scrub Andres. Sean, tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing? What kind of projects do? You have a Twitch channel, right?
Yeah, I'm Shonatron 9000 on Twitch. I haven't streamed very recently because of college and stuff like that, but hope to be getting back in on it on the game Subnautica.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing a YouTube channel stint on that. I've been psyched because I had no interest in the game when I first played it. People were like, "Oh, you can't even go in the ship, and it's really limited." And I didn't really get into it that much, but I heard that in 2016, they made so many changes to the game that it is just phenomenal. So I'm really excited to take part in that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I am definitely going to be looking you up. I'm excited to hear highlights from you the next time we meet. So thank you, Sean. This is your first time playing FFG Star Wars. I am going to enjoy all the mistakes you make. But trust us, we are a fatherly group, and we will definitely help you. And
just
I
call
now
me
turn my
Daddy.
attention to my rage-inducing friend, Aaron Bryant, who intentionally makes sure that everybody who watches my YouTube videos knows how much I suck at video games. Aaron, how's it going, and how is Table Knights Entertainment doing?
It's going quite well. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Aaron just Brian from Table Knights Entertainment, as said. Hopefully, I'm a common enough face on Jarl of Goat's channel to make an impression. If not, go fuck yourself. I am currently still streaming, and well, not currently. I mean, I'm in the process of streaming things, but I also just came back from a HEMA tournament, and those videos will be posted on my YouTube channel. You'll get to watch me fight like a jackass because I fucking popped my elbow open, not open, but badly, on the first day that I was there. And I'm also playing Soma. That's the current game that I'm releasing.
Awesome. I love your Soma videos. Listening to you get scared is the best. just the best. Well, thank you very much, Aaron. I've been looking forward to game with you. I've never actually had the pleasure of playing with you, but I watched when you played with the other group and had a blast watching it. So,
and the two worlds collide.
Oh, that's creepy. And now I have a new face to my channel, but I just had the pleasure of role-playing with him today, and I absolutely adored it. Joshua Hayes, how's it going, Joshua?
It's going pretty good. And if you, the Mon Calamari you're playing in that other game is, might be insane. Definitely is dick. maybe both, some mix of the two, but definitely could be.
That tends to be a running thing in my campaigns, that the Mon Calamari are a little special.
Nice. But yeah, I've got a couple of projects. I run a lot of games through Tides of Change. I've got a channel that I do my own version of the timeline called the Heartsfire Saga. That all of my one-shots and trilogies and campaigns are set in the same timeline. I've actually got a game coming up Tuesday night that's a one-shot where there will be a special guest where a previous player character will be making an appearance in the game, which will be interesting. And then I'm also working on getting this Discord community going to kind of link all the different Fantasy Flight games around Facebook and whatnot, people that play Armada, X-Wing, Imperial Assault, and the RPG. We've got a Discord channel. I'll make sure, get the link for you for your video whenever it goes up, so if people are interested in hanging out with us there. And as far as video games, y'all were talking about those. I'm a League of Legends guy still. I'm stuck on it. I keep going back to it.
Bro,
I tried to break away last fall. Last fall, I left for a little while to play World of Warcraft with the new expansion. And after about a month and a half, I was like, okay, I've seen the new stuff. I'm ready to go back to League.
I got to give you hats and props for still playing League, because I now play HOTS because I feel like they kept on making him too OP, and then they nerfed him down to where he was unplayable, and then they made him OP again, and then nerfed him down.
Well, he's in the middle again.
Goddamn mind.
He's in the middle at the moment. So.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I might be playing again because I like me some game point. Otherwise,
send me your info, Joshua.
Okay.
I play League of Legends because I finally have a low enough self-esteem to.
Aaron, stop spooning the camera, okay? It is really causing.
I'm spooning myself, Jarl.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's get into this. I've already briefly talked with the players. They kind of know the setting that they're walking into. So let us start off with Ethan, who's playing the character Tyro, the call sign Ty, last name Flynn, as you can see. But before we do that, because I have a tendency to forget, we are going to cut over to the next scene and have everybody roll for Destiny. But before you do, let me make sure that the pool is cleared. That's really okay. Goddamn leg. That's not a kid, it's a cat, I promise. Alright, so
Like feral babies.
don't freaking eat my pop filter this time.
Your pot filter?
Pop filter.
Right.
Shut up. Okay, forcing player updates. There we go. Okay, Maru, I'll let you keep that light side. Can I get a roll from everyone else? And all you got to do is, no matter what page you are on your character sheet, Dice Pool is up at the top, Destiny Pool's below it. Fantastic. Great. I hate all of you. This is probably the only goddamn time that the players have given me shit for Destiny points. So,
hey, I gave you one.
This.
I gave you one.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Josh, you know what? Because I like you so much, good things are going to happen to you. Thank you for the dark. I may use it on you. I apologize, but you know that's fine.
He doesn't.
So I don't.
In the word.
So Ethan, let's go ahead and take place. It's been 5 years since the Emperor's death, and the Empire has pretty much collapsed. You know that being an Imperial Death Squad, you know that you guys very in intense battles after the Emperor's death, probably the most intense you've seen throughout all of the Galactic Civil War. I don't know if you guys were on Hoth or not. That's entirely up to you. But you do know that the majority of the fleet was destroyed in the orbit of Jakku, and ever since then it's been kind of crippling around. And in my timeline, Admiral Thrawn has disappeared, so that definitely didn't help with morale. And it seems like the Empire just kind of folded up and collapsed as soon as it was created. Just as fast as the Empire came to being, it was destroyed. So, you guys have been an independent 5 years. Ethan, it's 5 years later. Wake up, and you are laying in bed next to your beautiful wife. Describe the room. What's your wife look like? What is she doing? And what's going on right now?
Well, the room, I'll start with that. The room is, basic Star Wars room. We have a window to the left of me, which kind of looks out over the cityscape.
What planet are you on?
We're on Coruscant, and we're not like at the top, and we're not at the bottom. We're kind of on the surface of the planet, where we can kind of see the big building and stuff. We got
Right,
a
so right
pretty
before
good.
you get into the underworld slums, but enough out of way so that New Republic isn't like there's an Imperial there, get him.
Yeah, exactly. So we're kind of hiding out there.
Okay.
My wife currently, as I wake up, she's already up, kind of sitting up. She's got that look of pissed off that after these many years of marriage, I have come to notice very often. And other things in the room, it's pretty much just a very, very basic room. She's kind of, the
Very
majority
Spartan?
of the stuff in here is hers.
Yeah, oh, okay. So you have kind of like a Spartan layout. Maybe your desk only has like your data pad, whatever else you may need. And the rest of the room is weapon cases that are locked, and clothes, women's clothes for formal events, for utilitarian purposes. She's gone out of the house a lot, so maybe she's not the best housekeeper. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to say that as you're looking over at her and she's just, she's sitting there, she's got her pants on and now she's buttoning up her top, which is not an Imperial outfit. She's trying to...
Yeah.
The lights kind of flash a bit in your room. It's like... And that's because you guys live in a flat that is right next to a mono train. So it just comes zooming by and the windows are just flashing in the room. Whenever this happens, everything in the flat kind of rocks, and data pad's sitting there vibrating, and as soon as the train passes, your data pad does not stop. She looks over her shoulder and snaps you a look. Her brunette hair cascading over her shoulders, her dark piercing eyes. And in a very cold voice, she says, "Well, if that's her, you better answer it." And she stands up and starts to grab her belongings.
I'll sit up and go, "I told you that was one mistake. You know what? Never."
Mistakes get you killed in the field of battle. You're still alive. That wasn't a mistake. Calculated risk. Fight.
And boy, am I bad at math.
Want coffee?
Yes, that would be lovely.
She walks over to you, kisses your forehead, and then leaves the room for the kitchen. That moment that you remember, despite how mad at you that she is, and the fact that she is a total manipulative, emotionally manipulative bitch.
Yeah.
She still loves you. And you kind of see it from time to time when she gives you that kiss on the forehead. But at the same time, she's very good at giving you demeaning forms of... Kiss on the forehead is kind of like patting you on the head.
Yeah, like I'm a dog or something. Yeah. So I'll sit there for a moment, and then finally get up and aggressively just grab the data pad to shut it up to see what's going on.
You actually see an urgent notice on it. Like, it's got a red Arabesh, and it comes with an encryption key that you have as an Imperial Death Squad. So members of your squad have this particular encryption key.
Okay, I'm going to grab it and go over to the bedroom door and shut it.
Yeah, so you walk up, and your flat does not even have electronic doors. It's like squeak, and the metal bulkhead shuts, and you hear the gear fall into place. And right on the pad as you're reading it, it's very vague. But what is your guys' squad named? I would like to know that.
That.
We could be the idiots array.
Our own version of it.
Well,
If you guys come up with anything, let me know.
we would want it to be something intimidating, but at the same time not immediately giving away what we are, right?
Correct.
And I think this
So what if
term
it-
would only be something that maybe High Rebel Brass would know, but it's mostly what the Imperial Command would address you guys as. So
How about
in
like
the Rebel
crate
Command, they
squad?
use colors. What was that?
Crate, like the crate dragon.
Ooh, I like that.
Crate Squad. Yeah.
So because like they're so rare,
Loot
they may be
crate.
mythical in most people's minds.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that. Let's say that your guys' helmets actually kind of like, you know, those World War II planes where they painted the tiger's mouth.
Mhm.
It looks like that. The visors on your helmets are kind of like Power Ranger visors, where they actually have the painting of the Great Dragon's skull on the top, and the teeth go right around the eye opening.
Okay.
and actually, now
I'm
that
terrible at sci-fi. No, all right. So
You know it,
I
bitch.
know what the grip of my pistol's custom grip is.
Mm.
oh, there you
Got
go. A
Great
fang.
dragon tooth.
Yeah, that's awesome. You got that.
Yeah.
Maybe you just did you kill somebody for it, or
Probably did a job for it. Like he saw someone had
you
it.
found it
and
in Tatooine? You're just going around a crate graveyard. You're like, I don't care about crate.
Give me that.
Yeah. So Ethan, you get that
and
message.
it could be even one of those things. He's not 100% sure that it is actually a crate dragon tooth. It could just be that like it was like in a collector's like someone he did a job for had it in their collection, like a wealthy individual, and it was advertised as that. And he's like, I think I'll take that as part payment type thing.
It's dental ceramic. The guy's like, yes. Sucker. All right. So Ethan, the urgent notice comes across your screen, and it literally says "Crate Squad Assemble," and it gives you some coordinates. That is it.
Okay. I'll understand
actually,
that.
It does ask you for your coordinates.
Okay. I'm going to. Would this data pad have like I know it's secure that there's only like like some of the highest level security breachers
Yes,
to get
and
into
in
the
fact, that's a great point you brought up because I want to tell everybody this. You guys can't use these data pads as normal data pads.
Mhm.
They can't just go on the HoloNet. They have they are attached to ISB databases, and it's very secret.
Gotcha.
And as far as everyone else is concerned, when they scan it, it's broken.
Okay.
It's like people
I
with
don't-
iPads that are Wi-Fi.
I don't think that matters much for my personal character.
We'll get to that.
Actually, you might not even have one.
Mhm.
They keep you in a jail cell. Yeah.
I feel like they might give me some nice accommodations for my work.
Yeah.
Mm.
You get a clean mask every morning. All right, so
Wow.
Ethan, you get your warning,
Yes.
and it's asking you for your location.
Okay, I'm gonna
And I would
immediately.
imagine you could even use call signs. Like, you could even say a call sign for Coruscant. Like, what is it called?
Oh, the call sign would be. I'll say this call sign is Cityscape, and just type that in, and then I'm immediately going to go to my military pack where I have pretty much my laminate armor and stuff like that, and weapons. Get that all set together, and start getting clothes on.
You know what? I think you are so badass that your military gear, and even your wife would respect this, it's all ready together. It's in a case,
Yeah.
leaning on the wall. Okay,
got
you
the go
open
pack,
it up.
basically.
Yeah.
It's not stuff you use on a day-to-day basis.
But yeah, you
It's
can't
your go
move
pack.
it. It's a locker, but it's a portable locker with its own grav lift. So if you were moving, you can be like, and push it along. But only you can open it. Even she can't unless she has a high enough clearance. Sometimes that
Yeah.
bothers your wife because she's pretty sure that you hide things in there. And oh, you know what? I'm going to spin a dark side point in a very unconventional manner because you can spin these against the narrative.
Yep.
When you open your case to get your armor and stuff, the picture of the girl you cheated on your wife with is still pinned up in your locker.
Oh God, Jarl, you dick.
You have
Yes.
not been in here for a
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you're sitting
gonna-
there- What are you feeling when you catch your eyes on it? Because as far as you know,
The
your
first-
wife had her assassinated.
Yeah. The first feeling that I have is kind of paranoia, thinking that she's going to walk in. Because for some reason at this time, when I had this affair, life was not going pretty well. It was right after the Battle of Jakku. It was pretty much, in my mind, that's the end. That's the end of it. Everything that I've worked for is gone. And, of course, she was, just hassling me with this and that, and she was never there. So I started getting ideas of, well, maybe she's not fucking going to be with me much longer. She's probably cheating on me. And I kind of feel all these emotions running through my head of, this woman who...
The door opens right as you're in these mid emotions. I need you to roll a skullduggery against two. I'm going to say it's 2 purple, but I also want to give you a boost die because you did state that you.
Yeah. Okay. And skullduggery.
Unless you'd rather use a different skill.
Okay.
Like
Let
maybe
me
in
check.
athletics to ball it up and throw it.
Use
whatever you
piloting and jump out
You
the
know
window.
what? I'm gonna do an athletics, and what I do is I'm gonna just slap it down, and hopefully that it goes like kind of under, the armor and stuff that I have in
Oh,
there.
so you're just gonna shove it in your armor?
Yeah, just like right in the neck
Yeah.
area.
Okay, that's gonna be 3 purple because you are physically punching your arm, like you're moving fast, so it looks suspicious. So 3 purple with blue die because you were kind of expecting that.
Okay, and then athletics.
Oh, yes.
Okay, sweet. Because I got that physical
it.
trade.
Let's see it, everybody. Roll them bones. Well, shit.
Wow.
Yes!
God damn it.
It didn't really go the way you thought.
I do have a triumph if you would allow me.
Yes, of course.
You have a pocket that you shoved it in.
There we go.
So it's not
It
going to
was
fall
on my
out or
utility
anything.
belt that I have on my
Right, so you
armor.
just shoved it in. Hopefully you don't use a grappling hook when she's around and it falls out. But yeah, you shove it in a pocket. Would you like to spend that advantage to describe something awesome? Because I can already tell you there's no point in passing it on. Describe something awesome about the narrative. Why did you roll 3 blue?
Because
That's
I
part
have
of your
physical
talents.
training.
Oh shit! That's
Yeah.
Oh
Should've
boy.
read on that.
GM's getting freaking steamrolled already.
Oh,
The advantage is that as I'm putting it in the pocket, as she comes in with the cup of coffee, she sees me looking at the armor, and in her mind, she knows the only reason I'm opening this is because I gotta go. Because I gotta go do something, and there's no telling when I'm coming back.
That's
So
when
she
it dawns
kind of
on
gets
you.
that feeling of, oh shit, this is probably it.
She kissed you on the forehead and fetched you a cup of coffee and was extremely nice to you.
There we go.
You know, despite everything we've been through,
oh.
I'll kind of sit there looking at the armor, not looking at her, just, I'd kill everyone in the galaxy to get back to you.
but for her, she hands you the thermos, turns around, and leaves the room. I gotta go to work, but keep in contact. And she leaves.
Ouch.
Jesus, this woman is savage.
Ah.
Fuck.
This was
Great
Ethan's
deal.
idea, man. This was all Ethan's idea. So all of a sudden, your tablet goes... "Rrrr."
I'll look at
And
it again.
now it tells you a docking bay, and it gives you a time, and you have to be there in 20 minutes, and you have to find a way to get your armor there without being spotted.
Fuck! I'm gonna start looking for my military pack and see if it's big enough to put the laminate armor in.
Excellent. And then we're going to go ahead and transition the scene over. Joshua and Sean. Heel and Scrub. Describe to me where you guys are and what you're doing.
Well, from what I remember. Hang on.
Can I just say, Josh, you have a really soothing voice.
So good.
You're just like, well, from what I remember, you're the white
think we're at
version of
Hut
Morgan
Space.
Freeman. Hut Space.
Yes,
Now,
we are in
you,
Hut
are
Space.
you on a planet, or are you actually in a ship?
How about both? We've got like a shuttle we're working out of, but we're currently
Okay.
landed somewhere.
Do you
Not
own the
now,
shuttle, or
Hut.
are you hitching a ride?
That's a good question.
Acquired.
Yeah, it's a little both. Little
So
column A,
maybe the
little
guy's
column B.
against his will?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. I like that. So let's say you're on Ryloth. Isn't that in Hut Space?
No, it's not.
Oh, well, shit.
Let's see here. Hut Space. Because I don't. Now Hut is overdone.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
it's
don't
a
know.
little-
We're at an
little high
interesting place,
profile
though,
for us.
because in my galaxy, Nalhutta and Tatooine and all the surrounding systems are in a huge war with pirates. The Imperial Remnant is squabbling for land because when Jabba died, everything went tits up over there.
You could be on
Tatooine
Saki.
is a planet of pure anarchy. The farmers have basically revolted.
How about Todaria? Because that's in Hut Space. It's actually less than a day's jump from Nalhutta.
All right, I like that. I
Don't
like
do
that.
this.
Yep.
Just put a down
Yeah,
payment.
we're currently on Todaria.
And you're on the
Um,
shuttle.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're on the shuttle. I'm currently doing some maintenance on my armor, like reloading the. I've got the Ascension grapple gear, so reloading the liquid cable stuff. Probably doing some maintenance on some of Rima's gear, because skill wise, I don't have computers. I have mechanics, but we're hunting that guy, so he's doing the computer research basically, while I'm like getting our gear back in working order, basically from our latest run in with this oddball that or the former squad member that we're hunting
Mhm.
and his crew. So
And I'm just casually sitting in the pilot's seat of the shuttle, going over the last telemetry data that we had on our, like the reason we landed where we did, basically, like who the person that we're tracking. So I'm looking over the computer to try to pinpoint where he would have landed or what his business would be here on this planet.
Now, it is dead quiet in the ship. Motes of dust catch the god rays as they're... and they're disturbed momentarily when the back of the shuttle opens. Hear a rap on the metal frame as this really fat human wearing a... comes up, and he's just sweating. It was the wrong clothes to wear on the but he wears it because he's a merchant. And he's coming in, and he's got a paper sack, it looks like, full of something green. Bottom of it. And he's got 2 cups of coffee on a plastic platter. Breakfast? This is the guy who owns the shuttle that you are holding.
Mm.
thank you. Like as soon as the shuttle opened, like my character Teal would have like grabbed his pistol, but as soon as he sees it's the hostage, he just kind of goes back to the tools type thing.
Now, how are you keeping him on check? Are you just basically holding him hostage by holding his ship hostage, or are you blackmailing him, or is he wearing an explosive?
I think the blackmail would work good, because it seems more of our style.
I actually want to say that it's more of a hybrid of hostage and a job, where this guy aided the group that were like some of the flunkies of the guy we're hunting, and in so doing he got himself screwed, and we basically said we're going to take your shuttle and we're going to use what your interactions were to help us get these guys.
Yeah, let's say that the guy that you're going after kind of fucked him over on a deal, and he delivered some rare ore that was actually fake. That and ended up giving a powerful individual you guys are after garbage.
So kind
So
of like
now he
rather than
wants you
him,
guys
like
to
he
get back at him.
approached us to hire us basically,
Right.
and we
I'm
were
gonna
already on
say
the
that
hunt.
he's even
But we needed
missing
the ship.
two of
So
his blaster fingers.
Okay.
That's when he decided to hire you. Was when the crime boss took his blaster fingers, right and middle finger on it.
but we
So
take
you
it
grab
as
the
he's
coffee.
an intel source, so we forced him to come with us rather than just
Right.
taking the job type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you let me know when it's done. And it's like, you're coming with us. Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. So he hands you the coffee, and he also opens the bag and shows it to you. And inside there's a blue tortilla, stuffed with what looks like scorpion bits. Delicacy on this planet. It's not really a delicacy. That's kind of a... This is the it's the Subway equivalent of cuisine on this planet.
All right.
And it is good. I don't want you guys to think, ew, bugs. It's actually really tasty and very greasy. Yeah, so the coffee, of course, tastes like shit because Toydarians don't know how to drink coffee. It's literally like they take a bucket of the darkest beans they could find and just pour it. There's coffee beans in it, but it wakes you up. It's like, whew, let's go. And you do know that Toydarians have to consume a lot of food and a lot of energy, like caffeine, because of their constant flight. Instead of draining water,
They've got
like
high
it
calorie.
would, right? Instead, draining water like it would normal people. Water is scarce in this sector of space. It's actually just calorie intake. So they drink a lot of caffeine and a lot of sugars, and they don't urinate much. But they burn up everything they eat. And that's what this burrito is. It's like a big energy.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna clamber to the back and give him a hard pat on the human. I'm gonna give him a hard pat on the stomach and take one of the burritos.
Yeah, he kind of looks down at his stomach as he does the truffle shuffle a little bit. God, I hate it when you do that. But then
I'll finish
yeah.
whichever tool it is I'm working on at the moment. Finish the little bit of work that's there, then set it aside and grab one of the burritos and some of the coffee and start taking it.
Okay,
So
so for the next 6 hours, you guys get a blue boost die to anything that is physical or not will.
Okay.
I'm talking thinking or running. If you
Gotcha.
you guys do know that if you don't drink another coffee in 6 hours, you will crash.
nice.
Thanks.
John, you've actually successfully wired in the data pad into the ship so that any comms that come to the data pad can come through the ship as well. And what you do is you just routinely scrub the records every night so that it's...
Okay.
And in speaking of which, you get a comm. Screen opens up, red message in Arabesh, says the same message that it told Ethan. So, Joshua, at the same time, so Josh, maybe your head perks up because you hear the comm, which is rare. You know that means that
Right.
somebody important is trying to reach you. But at the same time, your data pad, which has not been active in 5 years, goes off. Where is your data pad? If you haven't used it in 5 years.
He'd probably just keep it like it would be in his it'd be like in with his tools basically, like probably like the tool chest type thing where you set the tools
Right.
in. He's probably got it
Yeah,
on the shelf,
like a
on the bottom.
craftsman,
That
you
way,
open
it's
it
not
up
going to
like
be obvious to anyone.
Excellent. So you actually hear the entire little tool chest going...
Like the tools, like that I've just...
And they're all rattling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
since it's been so long, and it's not something that he can use for anything else, he probably wouldn't even register immediately what the hell's going on with his tools. I mean, like, he's just fixing stuff, and, like, he's got this...
It's like something's on or something in there.
Well, I would think he would at first think it may be something with the ship, but then he'd be like, wait, that's just shaking the table with the tools. It's not like my chair's not shaking as well. And then probably have the moment of recollection and go. Then he'll look towards
Scrub.
Scrub, Is that what I think it is?
I'm gonna whip out my Okay, so the multi-band comm link is that does that do visual stuff or is that just audio?
No, it's mostly
Just audio.
audio. Some of them
Mostly
have
audio?
hologram.
Okay.
There's a hollow messenger that's
Yeah.
the next
Okay.
upgrade.
Okay.
Right.
So I guess I'm gonna pull out my personal data pad, the one that hasn't gone off in 5 years, and I'm gonna look at the lettering on there, and I'm like basically out of astonishment, like, does this mean what I think it means?
Yeah, you pull out your data pad, and I imagine being like a techie hacker kind of guy. Maybe you have stickers
Yeah, I'm
all
just
over
like-
the back of yours, like those
Yeah.
stickers you get at pizza joints that are all foil.
Right,
There's
right.
a smiley face on the back. It's got 5 eyes. But yeah,
Yeah.
yours is the reason why I'm kind of describing yours as being decorated is because I know you're going to want to pull it out more often than the other players. I kind of
Mhm.
want yours to look like, oh hey, it's no big deal. It's just my data pad.
It's just my data pad, yeah.
Like if you saw a general whip out a pink iPad case, you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, that must be his personal iPad. You wouldn't think that's a official military gear right there. So
Right,
you,
right.
you whip it out, and sure enough, this is the first thing the damn thing's actually turn on its own in 5 years, and it's connected with the ship, and you're getting the same message.
Okay, I'm
As,
immediately. Okay, sorry. Go
It
ahead.
says, crate squad, activate these coordinates. What's your location?
I'm gonna go ahead and use my Is there any way that I would know 100% that this was confirmed, encrypted, and true
Yes,
to
you
form?
guys
Right,
are the only ones
I
with
wouldn't-
keys.
I
Even if
wouldn't
it
feel
came-
that this would be an alert trap or something.
You would know because you
Okay.
guys have a physical flash drive. It's literally a key that you stick on them, and that's how you read the messages.
Oh, gotcha.
So-
Okay.
You don't type anything in; it doesn't record it. And you do
Gotcha.
know, both of you, that even though you're standing in the same ship, you both have to respond. It's looking for every member of the.
With that realization, Teal will kind of stand up, finish the few bites of the burrito he's got in his hand, and he'll look to the human and said, "Thank you for your services. We no longer need your assistance." And then
I'm
pick
gonna
up his
nod in
weapon
agreement.
and shoot.
Yeah,
Yep.
he looks relieved. He goes, "Oh, thank God! You know, I was," and his brain matter goes all over the back of the shuttle. His fat.
I'm just gonna
body,
roll
it's
him
so
down.
round. You roll him down. Yeah, he
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll him down with my foot off the ramp.
Yeah, so
And then
you
I'll
know
hit the
that,
ramp to
yeah.
raise it. And well,
Maybe some of the
well,
people on the landing pad look over, but it is Troideria, so they just don't care.
it's one of those moments where they're like, "Well, we should probably call 911, but we don't want to get involved."
Right. I got warrants out. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Now, you guys do know that with the smuggling issues that this planet has been happening or having, you're going to have to go through control to be released. This landing station has a...
Okay. Well, while he's going through the pre-flight scenarios and stuff, getting us all buckled down, I will respond on my pad and give the appropriate confirmation codes. And
Now, you pick up your pad and you notice that there's something different about your UI, your user interface. Bottom, that says Cold Case Maru. Remember that you are the one who has the permission to
picks him up. Okay. I'll call over my shoulder to him man, I can't remember your character's name for some reason.
Scrub.
Scrub. Set coordinates, and I'll rattle off whatever the coordinates are for the prison world that the Wookiees stored at.
And I'm gonna
Or
just
force
say,
station.
oh, it's like that then.
Oh,
It's asking,
not only
is-
that, but there's been a problem.
and I'll say,
You may have to
the
go
other-
get Ethan first, the Scrub. As you're looking at this, last you checked, Maru was on Kessel, and the Imperials lost control of Kessel 2 weeks ago.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna respond on my with the appropriate codes, just like he did, as far as my location goes, and I'm gonna Would I know where Ethan's character was, or can I message him in some way? Can I roll a computers to?
You remember, actually, you guys were, before you got the ship, you were in a flat at one point when ISB agents broke into your flat, and a very angry wife of Tyro came in and drilled you guys about who this woman was. And luckily, you guys really didn't know much about it because you haven't kept in contact with him since afterwards. But she didn't believe you.
But
I was
in on the situation too,
right?
So,
and she mentioned that they're on
not
Coruscant.
her.
All right.
And okay, so I'm gonna plug in that astrogation data, and I'm gonna say, but we don't know that he's been alerted though. Or would it be?
You said the signal was such that it is requiring confirmation from the entire squad.
You would know that, Joshua. He doesn't, as Scrub has no access to that user interface.
Gotcha. So I'll let I will tell Scrub the entire team is being recalled. That's why we didn't need the human anymore. We know where our quarry's going.
Now, does this shuttle have hyperdrive in it?
Yes, he is a merchant.
Okay.
He needs to get from place to place.
I was gonna say, holy crap, we're gonna slow boat it.
We'll be there in 5 million years.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna plug in the relevant astrogation data. I assume that, and I say,
oh darn, you can't. It appears that the hangar that you're in is shielded.
Oh.
Can't access star charts because you don't have a connection with the satellites.
Well,
I'm putting on. I'm cursing in whatever language Solstons speak, and I'm gonna get on with Port Authority, and I'm gonna say.
You could do this, or Teal could. Whichever one you guys think would have more sway.
Well, because if it was up to me,
you guys know that previously it was the fat guy who had to communicate with them.
Right.
Right.
What do you want to do about Port Authority? I holler back. We seem to have lost our meal ticket.
That's not the big issue. I'll contact him, get us through the pre-flight stuff.
Okay.
And I'll hop on the comms while he's like going through the pre-flight checks and making sure everything's good.
You'll hop on the comms. This particular port likes visuals, so you turn over to one of the consoles in the shuttle. It's a round screen. It's like one of those really old Clone Wars style screens that you see in Phantom Menace when Obi-Wan is communicating with it. And it kind of crackles on, and you see a Toydarian, and he's got people behind him looking shocked. And they're like, "Ha ha! You killed that fat pig!"
I'm glad I was able to provide amusement.
Great amusement. Now, what can we do for you since you've done us such a great favor?
Well, we are departing as soon as possible.
By all means, carry on. And as you're doing so, you actually see out one of the viewports the fat bodies being dragged by a few pedestrians out in the middle, and to get it out of the way of the ships, and then dogs come up and just start nibbling. Ravenous, skinny dogs that haven't eaten much.
Yes.
And actually, you know what? They're womp rats. So they run out and they just start nibbling on it, and people are like, ha ha ha, and they're throwing cans at the body. And you guys know that it's because in the last 9 months, you've been making him break contracts and do dubious deals and, like, backstab people to get the information you want. So they all think he's a piece of shit. They think you guys are great. You guys were just his bodyguards.
Awesome.
So, yeah, the hatch opens, and as soon as it does, astrogation data starts flooding.
Okay. I'm going to start processing that, and at the same time, I'm going to turn around and was like, well, it looks like our quarry is going to have to wait till later.
Yeah. Maybe he'll still have his pad and meet us there.
Oh, boy, do I hope so.
And while he's plotting the astrogation, I'll, like, take us out of the atmosphere. I'm good enough at piloting.
Yeah, not a problem.
Basics, so.
Yeah, you guys tear out.
Fall into pilot, co-pilot type roles, so.
See a bunch of ships that are junkers out in orbit that clearly would not survive atmospheric landing. Like, they shouldn't even be flyworthy. So their shuttle's actually taking cargo canisters and bringing them back down and stuff. And as this is being done, you guys start to catch feeds from the HoloNet. And so far, the HoloNet's just talking about an incident at rebel ships were caught en route to Kessel, or New Republic ships. What does this mean for everybody on board? And there's a New Republic representative who's like, nothing to be concerned. We're just tying up loose ends. Please, everybody, calm down. And rumor has it that Cooper Industries has ceased stock exchange and trade in the system. Again, that will be something that we research. We're not really interested in manipulating or worrying about economic struggles. We've got other things to worry about. And all of a sudden the press start flooding this guy. They're like, what do you mean? You guys are peacekeepers. If the economy stops, life stops. What is this? And then he's like, no more comments. And then it cuts and the news guy's like, well, that was terrifying. But now we're going to take a look at a wee rat in a bathing suit on skis. And he cuts over to the next important story, which is some viral video of some animal skiing on water. And then the screen wipes as you guys are leaving the planet. And Aaron, Maru's eyes snap open as you hear the song. But it's played slower than it should be. It's the same song that you have heard every day, 6 hours a day, for 5 years.
Oh no. Oh no.
You are currently in a spherical shaped room that has many dents in the panels, but you, despite your strength, have not been able to break it open. Occasionally, the Imperials will bring you in food that you have to fight for to keep your strength up. And then occasionally they'll just bring you over, like, hey, here's some protein. There you go. Here's some hydrated. But within the last 2 weeks, they have been, whoever's on the other side of the door has been giving you steaks, and they have been fucking amazing. Like, it's the best food that you've gotten in life.
I'm gonna drag my my claw across the wall as I circle it, trying to make a white noise to cancel out that stupid fucking song.
Yeah, there's claw marks going around the sphere where you've tried this technique before.
And at this point, I'm just waiting. To get my meal. That's the only solace I find in the day.
Yeah, you're waiting to get your meal and no meal comes. Hours passes by, nothing.
I walk over to where the slot usually is, and I try and lift it up from my side, like, because it's like a flap.
Yeah.
You
open it up just fine. I'm not even gonna make you roll. You have no problem lifting it up.
What do I see on the other side?
You actually hear a voice. Oh my god, there's someone alive in here. And a bunch of flashlights on your door. Oh my god, they've got Wookiee slaves. Everyone, we need to save them. And you just hear over to the doors. And the door goes and opens up. And right in front of you, you see a ton of rebel commandos. They're like, are you okay?
My expression turns sour.
If it turns sour, what was it before?
Yeah, he's like, I love this song.
No. My expression at hearing someone coming to save me made me perk up like half.
And then you saw who it was.
Theater. And then my face basically turned into my permanent scowl. What I say to them is, "Oh, I've just been stuck in here for weeks and weeks. When did you guys fly in?"
We just broke the surface. You don't know, do you?
Well, about what?
There was a cataclysmic event on the planet. Shortly after the prisoners rioted and took over the prison, there was a huge explosion, and the atmosphere for weeks was too thick for any ships to come through without being obliterated by a storm. But lucky you, we received a distress call from a ship that we recognized and came here as soon as we could.
How many are there?
Right in front of you, there's probably about 55. And they're fully armed commandos.
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna be. I have no information about anything Imperial wise, do I?
Not from your room.
Okay.
You do hear somebody go, "Oh my god." And they're like, "What?" "Imperials, I found them." "Really?" "Yeah, look." And they're looking at their data pads and they all look in horror and they're like, "The prisoners have been eating the..."
That's all we've had. Sorry if I had to eat your precious humanoid peoples.
You say that and they look over at you, how unapologetic that actually seemed. And you're like, you had no way of knowing. I mean, as far as you knew, they were just steaks. Oh my god.
And delicious they were.
And that's when they all look at... I want you to roll. You got to give me a roll for that.
Oh, lordy.
What am I...
It's going to be versus 3 purple. What would you like to roll?
What
you just said something that intimidated them, so you could roll whatever you want.
I guess...
Typically that's coercion.
Yeah, coercion would go, but I mean...
you know what?
You could even roll in athletics if you want to flex.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that.
Roll a charm and be like, "Huh?
You guys want something?
Like you're
They were just so yummy. Mm.
If you'd like to roll in athletics, do so against 3 purple, but 1 setback because these are pretty athletic people themselves. But...
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I still had a
That's
force
okay.
die.
2 success and a threat. The threat is that they all kind of grip their guns a little more, but they're like, yeah, okay. And as you step out, that a wide berth is created around you.
As the wide berth is put around me, I walk towards where the entertainment quote unquote quarters were. Because I have a song I need to stop.
Yeah, that's not too far. It's actually in the command room right next to it. Like, there's all the detention center consoles, and there's some douchebag's data pad is plugged into the thing, and it's just playing. Okay.
Is there anyone in the room?
Oh yeah, they're all looking at the detention computers trying to get records because they had rebel prisoners here.
As I turn the corner, I crack my knuckles, and it's like, because I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, you
I lift
the data
both.
pad.
I lift both of my arms up and just smash the table, and I keep smashing. I punch it and punch it and punch it and
Roll a
punch it.
brawl versus 2 purple, please.
Okie doke.
This is gonna be amazing.
It's gonna dodge.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a blue boost die because you are freaking raged, like you are pissed.
Yeah, this may as well just be me losing everything in my head.
Oh my god!
Good lord!
Succeed. I think the advantage is if you don't mind me running with them, or would you like to pass them all off? Oh no, we're doing
Go
engines,
ahead.
that doesn't matter. You're smashing the consoles, and the rebels are getting a little nervous, pointing their guns at you, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Oh, don't worry about him. He's fine. I'll take him." I'll get him repainted."
When I finish smashing the pad, I go. I look up to see who said don't worry about him.
You see a blue Twi'lek, and she is wearing... And she showed up shortly after the Rebel Alliance did to help relocate some of the prisoners. So she looks official enough that they trust her, but she's not... She does not appear to be Rebel Alliance at all.
Okie doke. My hair is all flustered at this point. She's pretty. I mean, she's Twi'lek, so probably, but I'm asking.
She's pretty, but there's something about her.
Okay.
Weird.
I turn around and I straighten my hair and slick it back.
Did you
and
like the Chewbacca, like with both hands, like?
Yeah, and I go,
That's strangely seductive.
I love it.
and terrifying.
She smiles.
simultaneously.
She smiles flirtatiously at you, and she goes, "Actually, you can help me. I'm off this planet. I have someplace I need to go."
Okay, non-canonical. I know one way I could get you off.
Oh,
Okay.
zing!
Moving on.
So she extends her hand, and she extends it for a handshake.
And I take her hand and I very gently shake it.
Yeah, you shake the hand, but she's got quite a grip on her. And
Ooh.
like, I'm Sarah. And that's where we are going to end part 1 of today's
Fuck.
episode. We will be back for part 2 in just a bit. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Yay!